Have you ever met someone who has never been in love? Not once, not even a small emotional spark. You might think it's unusual, but actually, it's more common than people realize. Everyone's emotional journey runs differently. Some hearts bloom early, some bloom later, and some take their time to even understand what love feels like. Today, we explore what goes on in the minds of people who have never been in love, and why their psychology is far more interesting than you might expect. For many people, the reason is purely practical. Life has been full: studies, work, responsibilities, deadlines. Their minds adapt to a lifestyle with no emotional distractions. Psychologists call this an independence-based emotional pattern. These individuals don't avoid love, they simply haven't made space for it yet. Their daily routine becomes their comfort zone, and that comfort becomes a shield. Some people develop what experts call a self-sufficient attachment style. They rely mostly on themselves for emotional balance. They enjoy their own company, their own hobbies, and their own quiet moments. To them, love doesn't feel urgent, it feels optional. They're not cold, they're simply tuned inward, creating stability from within rather than seeking it from others. For others, the story traces back to childhood. Maybe they grew up in a home where affection wasn't freely expressed. Hugs, emotional conversations, or open expressions of love were rare. Because of this, their brain never learned the cues that signal romantic attraction. It's not that they avoid love, they simply don't instantly recognize the feeling because it wasn't modeled for them. Some people feel deeply, but only when someone truly stands out. They're extremely selective, not because they're picky, but because their emotional radar is precise. They want meaningful connection, not temporary excitement. These individuals have high emotional standards and would rather wait for genuine chemistry than rush into something shallow. Then there are those who created strong personal boundaries. Maybe they healed from past experiences or built a lifestyle centered around emotional growth. For them, love only enters when it feels safe, stable, and aligned with who they are becoming. Their boundaries aren't walls, they're filters that protect their peace. Some people appear confident on the outside, but quietly fear vulnerability. They fear losing control, fear heartbreak, or fear letting someone see the deepest parts of them. Without noticing, they build invisible walls. These walls protect them, but they also keep love at a distance. They're not emotionless. They're cautious. Sometimes the reason is simple: they just haven't met someone who sparks that emotional ignition. Love is chemistry, timing, and connection. For some, the right combination hasn't happened yet. Their heart isn't empty, it's waiting for a frequency that matches their own energy. Interestingly, people who have never been in love often develop deep self-awareness. They spend more time understanding their thoughts, their personality, their boundaries, their goals. They become emotionally intelligent. And when they finally do fall in love, they love with intention because they truly know who they are. And when love finally finds them, it feels powerful. Their emotional world, once quiet and self-contained, suddenly opens. They appreciate love with depth because they waited, learned, healed, and grew before experiencing it. Their journey shows that love doesn't follow a timeline. It arrives exactly when the heart is ready.